What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. We are live. I am live today. I'm going to be live for a little while because there's a lot of news to cover. Cardano news, crypto news. There's stuff going on with FTX. There's an announcement I'm going to make about Rare Evo. I've got a paid segment at the end that actually looks kind of interesting. It's Somnia Network. So I'm going to cover that towards the end. Stick around for that one. It's a paid segment. They paid what was it? I just clicked off of it. I think it was like 7,000 ADA for their paid segment. It's one I'm not going to be dumping on. So that should be worth checking out. What's up, Alex? Let's see you guys in the chat. Ava Angel, how you doing? So we'll go ahead and there's a whole bunch of cool stuff. So one thing I'll show you guys. I have to be careful because I haven't glued it all yet. I got a new 3D printer, and this is something that I just printed. This is going to be so badass. Basically, I got this 3D printer because I want to start creating custom board sets, and I'm printing half of one right now. And so I bought a new 3D printer because my other one was not working that great. So I picked up one of these bad boys, a Bamboo Lab X1 series. And this thing is, honest to God, I don't know how many of you out there, this is not a paid segment. This is not paid. They haven't given me anything. I bought my own printer. It was crazy expensive. But I have a Kitty X Max or whatever. And anytime, the thing failed prints constantly. Could have been my fault. I don't know. But you really need to be super careful with it. And I just lost interest in 3D printing. And then I saw a YouTube review. Well, I watched like 10 of them about this machine, the Bamboo Lab X1. And I shit you not, I got this thing set up. I don't want to curse myself or jinx myself, but let's just say I'm having a lot of fun with it. And there are just so many features and functions that this thing does. I don't have to use a little thing anymore. I can just zip whatever I'm trying to print straight to the machine. I can watch the machine print on my phone or my desktop. I'm literally watching it right now. It's 76% finished. I don't know. If you're into 3D printing, you really might want to check out the Bamboo Lab X1 series because so far it's just been phenomenal for me. Absolutely love it. Rare Evo, here we go. So for those of you who have been watching me for years, I know that many of you have been trying to get me to go to Rare Evo for a long time, and I was going to go years back and had some issues. And this year, I'm going to be a featured speaker at the event. I'm actually going to have a booth for Warram, my TCG game. That I think we just started pulling in external play testers. And this is going to be August 15th through the 17th at Caesar's Palace. You guys know, Charles asked me to come to the event, and I started talking to them, and we're working some cool stuff out, and they're going to work on we're going to have a Wargram booth. What I'm thinking of doing, let me know if you guys think this is funny or not. I'm thinking of having a 7-foot stand-up of me because I'm not going to be at the booth the whole time. I'll be walking around talking to people and everything. I don't know how many times I'm speaking or panels, but when I'm not around, what I'm thinking of doing is creating like a 7-foot stand-up, like a cardboard stand-up of me, but in like Wargram gear, like Wargram armor, almost like I'm a character in the game. Maybe I will be. I don't know. I haven't put myself in it yet, but I guess I could. That way people could take pictures of like a life-size stand-up of me. I thought it could be kind of funny and, looking like a Wargram warrior or, cyberpunk. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be at Rare Evo. This is going to be really cool, man. And honestly, the only event I've ever been to in Vegas was World Crypto Con, which was amazing. I mean, I didn't realize what an amazing event that was. Until going to several others, and I always feel like they're a little lackluster. So, but this is going to be a lot of fun, man. We're going to have a really cool booth. We're going to figure out how to do some giveaways. We're going to try and give away like booster packs for the game. Just a lot of cool stuff that we're going to do at Rare Evo. I know Charles is working on getting his Black Hawk helicopter set up. Of course, Murder of Crows. We're going to do some stuff, right? Like it's basically going to be like a crypto crow booth, but it's primarily for Wargram. But we're going to have a lot of different things going on. And then Wargram, just so you guys know, is about to get a brand new website, and the game itself is going to be integrated into it. So just so that you guys know, Wargram is being developed, I think, primarily in JavaScript. You're going to be able to play Wargram on anything. And so it's not just going to be a desktop game. You're going to be able to play it on your iPad. You're going to be able to play it on your phone. You're going to be able to play it on pretty much anything. We might even look into getting it on Steam or something. So yeah, Wargram's coming along, man, and I'm like super jacked. I can't wait to really start playing it. You know, I dabble in test builds, but test builds aren't my thing. I love it. So I'm like really excited to get everybody in, and we're still working on so many. We've got kind of a phase 1 thing, which is basically the launch of the base game, and then we have some crazy ideas that we want to do for like phase 2. And let's just say it involves land, territory, resources, and war. So that should be really, really fun, man. I'm just this is going to be my grand poobah. Like of all things I've done, I think Wargram is finally going to be the one thing that I'm like, this is just going to be boss. So also a quick note, and I'm going over random news, random things right now as people start coming into the chat and entering and all of that. But Crow Trader, for those of you that are interested, we're actually setting up a 24/7 live stream of Crow Trader. We're going to set it up. I'm going to break it down with the strategies and the pairs that I'm using in the bot. And we have completely reduced the price and changed everything. So Crow Trader is now, I think it's $250. I think it's like $250 for the bot now. And I guess we should put pricing in there. I don't know why it's not in there. Let's see. Add to cart. What is that? What happens if I add it to cart? So it's still listed as 0.0055 Bitcoin. Maybe we didn't roll it out yet. We're getting ready to. But anyway, it's going to be like $250, and you're going to be able to pay in just about anything. You want to pay in Cardano, you want to pay in fiat, you want to pay in Bitcoin, you're going to be able to pay in anything. And then the idea is I'm going to be setting up and managing the live stream of this bot so people can go in and check the P&L and see what the bot is doing, and you can just and know what strategies are being used and how they're set up, and basically kind of a learning experience / 24/7 advertisement. You're going to be able to go see what Crow Trader's doing at any moment of any day, live stream, and yeah, that's the ticket. So keep a lookout on that. Cardano secures Best Layer 1 Solution Award for 2024 as traders envision a $1 ADA. Cardano news. Folks, Cardano news is abundant today, and there's a lot of crypto news that I think is relevant as well, and we're going to be touching on a lot of it. But Cardano has been crowned the best layer 1 solution for 2024. I know that some of this stuff you're already going to know about because it's been days now, but it is reaffirming its position as a trailblazer in blockchain technology. Who's your daddy? The development revealed in a Wednesday tweet by the Cardano Foundation follows an illustrious award ceremony held in Dubai on a barge. No, I'm kidding. Held in Dubai Tuesday night. It was held. Everybody was on floating devices, and it was a great time. I'm kidding. I wasn't in Dubai, but man, I've watched so many videos of what's going on in Dubai, and it's just absolutely insane, man. The flooding, the torrential rain, it just is terrible. I shouldn't crack jokes. I don't think anybody was really injured. I just think that a lot of cars were. There are a lot of cars completely submerged in water, man, and you're talking a lot of high-end cars. Oh God, it made me want to throw up. This triumph follows an extensive polling period that initially drew scrutiny from Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano. Hoskinson had raised concern about the integrity of such polls, questioning their fairness amidst Cardano's temporary setback earlier this month. However, the latest recognition of Cardano has elicited widespread jubilation within the network's community. Cardano emerged victorious, outshining competitors such as the TON network, or Telegram's token, and Multiverse X, solidifying its position as a frontrunner in the blockchain sphere. So, you know, we all know that obviously Cardano's community is number one. I mean, I'm convinced that Cardano has the biggest community in crypto, and I just think it's going to continue getting bigger and bigger. I can tell you from my own personal experience, I've probably had 10 people just over the past month getting into Cardano, grabbing some bags, setting up an exchange account, so forth and so on. As a matter of fact, I just had somebody that I've known for years tell me they just came into like 300 grand in inheritance. And she was asking me, like, you know, I'm going to get some Cardano. How should I do this? She's like, I want to put 200 grand in an ADA. And I'm like, wow. Okay. I said, well, you know what? How about, you know, and this is a personal friend, and I'm like, you know, she knows I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so, you know, don't take this as advice, but, you know, I'm like, if it were me, I would probably at least get one Bitcoin that I'm just holding, and then maybe the rest in Cardano and in a few other assets that you're interested in. But I told her, you know, I have Bitcoin, and then my number one holding obviously is Cardano. And then I have some random fun stuff that just kind of, you know, they fluctuate violently all over the place. So, but yeah, I mean, Cardano is good. And, you know, this is the thing. I feel like to some extent, a lot of the Cardano fudders are helping Cardano, because I you know, and I've said this before, I feel like people make so many random dumb claims about Cardano because of either ignorance or competition, or, like, you know, whatever the case may be. They saw something from some YouTuber's YouTube, and they just don't really know what they're talking about the majority of the time. Like the vast majority of the time, a lot of these Cardano trolls just really don't have a clue. But when people actually look into things and they're like, oh, that can't be right, and then they look into it and they realize, no, that was totally wrong. Like, who are these people? I'm done listening to these stupid people on the interwebs. And then they go and they pick up Cardano. So, like, it's kind of it's funny how oftentimes and I've got some proof to show you that people are really moving into Cardano. So let's see here. This is Cardano skyrockets 500% in fund flows as bulls take charge. This is you today. I mean, in a recent revelation by CoinShares, Cardano ADA has emerged as a front runner on the cryptocurrency market, witnessing a staggering 500% surge in fund flows within the past week. The weekly report on fund flows in cryptocurrency-focused investment products revealed that investments tied to Cardano reached a remarkable $1 million mark, marking a significant shift in investor sentiment towards the 10th largest capitalized cryptocurrency. And you can see some of this stuff, like this outflow of Ethereum, outflow of Bitcoin, inflow in multi-asset chains, outflow in Solana. And then, you know, you've got Binance, Litecoin. There's some people are buying Litecoin again. That's interesting. People are buying XRP as well. That's interesting. Polkadot's doing pretty well. So in the grand scheme of things, and I see this accelerating, right? The Chang hard fork is going to really start changing things. And I'm going to tell you something about the Chang hard fork that I think is really important. And this is absolutely not, I'm going to go full screen on this one. This is absolutely not a knock on Charles, okay? And this is kind of something tricky to address, but I get bombarded with messages about Charles. I get so many messages about Charles' political beliefs, about his, different things like his attitude, and I get so many people say, you know what? I got Cardano back in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, like whenever, because I watch your channel. But people that watch Charles and his AMAs, or they watch him when he goes live on YouTube, it's actually kind of surprising, like how many people like really kind of have an axe to grind. And a lot of people are like, I struggle with like holding my Cardano because XYZ as it relates to Charles. A lot of them consider Charles a very polarizing figure. His political beliefs, his some people were scoffing at him supporting RFK Jr. And basically just saying, like, as the leader of such a major blockchain or a major company, is it right for somebody that's basically spearheading, trying to garner as much use, adoption, and attention in a positive light? Should that person be polarizing the potential for adoption, going after big tech, going after a lot of these people? And, Charles doesn't know this, but we actually have some mutual friends in the political realm. And I do know that Charles knows what he's talking about. And I know that he's not just blowing stuff out of his butt. Okay. But there is a part of me that kind of wishes some of the political stuff would subdue and kind of go away, because it does tend to polarize people. But I also think that, like, I talk about a lot of stuff and I catch some flack sometimes. Yes, we are live right now. It is 11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for those that are curious. But I also think that people understand that I am always open. I am always open to argument. I am always open to alternative perspectives, because I do believe that to some extent, politics, I feel like there are so many different groups within society, and we have all established our perceptions of the world, or even our communities and the people around us, based on our own personal experiences. And I feel like the way we react to that and the way we support politically, or our political interests, stem from that. And I think that, sadly, I believe that there are a lot more people in the world who wear their politics on their sleeve without really understanding what they believe or what they think. And oftentimes I find those people having perceptions or opinions that were given to them, not established through research, reading, understanding. A lot of it is surface layer stuff established by media headlines from whatever the algorithm's pushing in their face. And so, like, I actually happen to like RFK Jr. a lot myself. I have liked candidates across the board. I've liked people of all parties. I'm not, I don't know what to say other than I would like to see less political commentary and all of that. But here's the flip side to that. When you are an individual with resources, connections, like I see a lot of people like Charles is trying to be Elon Musk. He's not Elon Musk, that kind of thing. Like, keep your opinions to yourself and all that. And I'm like, listen, Elon Musk loves to troll, and he bought the platform to do it. Right. It's kind of like when Charles was talking about buying, I forget what crypto media outlet, and he almost bought them. I'm like, well, if he would have bought them and then flipped the script and really focused a lot on like Cardano assets and all of that he bought the right to do that, right? Like, that's just kind of, the way it goes. But I agree with a lot of what Charles says. So it's difficult for me to say, he should quiet down. Yeah, CoinDesk. Yeah, that's probably it. He should quiet down and stop talking so much politically, because it's polarizing and it's pushing people away. But at the same time, we all have a message and we all have a reason for believing the way we do. And my suggestion to anyone is, rather than just, say, oh gosh, Charles should just be quiet and stop talking so much, is to maybe just dive deeper into what he's saying, because there are a lot of reasons that Cardano has been designed the way it's been designed. And a lot of it, in my opinion, has been to combat a lot of the things that are happening in the world that maybe you're not really privy to, or maybe you don't really understand yet. And it's difficult to have a really solid fundamental understanding as to the changes that are happening today, both politically, technologically, as far as it relates to society and how that's changing, all of these different things, economy. And it's just, if all of your opinions are stemming strictly from headlines, you're never going to really understand what's happening. And I do believe that literally every little element of what goes on in the world today is planned. I mean, absolutely planned. I don't think anything happens by accident. And I think it's deeply, deeply coordinated. And I don't always believe that it's deeply coordinated for the benefit of us, the people, the society, the people that are out there working, basically being, wage slaves and trying to make ends meet, which is another one of the reasons why crypto has garnered so much adoption, because it's our way out. It's our way to change the way, we're seeing a lot of cultural shift and cultural change. And I think some of it has gone way too far. Like some of it's just asinine. But I do believe it's time for some cultural change. And I do believe it's time for more acceptance and more just understanding that, there is a wide breadth of a spectrum throughout society. And it's not just, I'm not saying people should be like cats and dogs and that should be what shows up as gender on your driver's license. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that we are all so unique and so different in so many ways. And rather than allow commercialism to pigeonhole us into this category, that category, and so forth, so that we can be kind of controlled as such, why can't everyone just breathe and be who the hell they are? I believe that it is right for there to be change in that. But it's like within reason, right? Let's not get carried away. I'm not addressing you as a Hirama Shama or whatever, just because you made it up one day in the toilet. Give me a break. I think we have to be realistic about these things. But also technology and finance, it's all changing. It's all dramatically changing. And so, I think we just have to accept that and learn how to try and stay ahead of that game and try to benefit from it and try to establish as much, generational wealth as we can, so that, and then just keep that train moving. So, Cardano Foundation CEO paves the way for a new era. The Constitution of Cardano is coming, and I'm telling you, I think this Chang hard fork is going to change a lot. And that was the whole point of me even bringing up Charles, is that after the Chang hard fork and Voltaire concludes and we have true democracy within the blockchain and the holders of the chain are able to vote for or against whatever they want, you could vote Charles away if you really wanted to. And if the majority votes that way, then that's what would happen. I'm not saying that that's a good idea. I'm just saying that that's kind of the whole point of why Cardano has been built the way it is. If the community doesn't want Charles because he says, I'd rather vote for a penguin than anybody, and I just have a fascination with penguins, I want the world to be controlled by penguins, and people say, you know what, I'm not sure I agree with him, I don't know if I like that, and I don't really know if I want him spearheading the further development of Cardano, then that's the choice that the public can make. So, I just look at it like, it can't rain all the time. And I happen to agree with a lot of what Charles says. But I do kind of wish that maybe it was a little less polarizing to some degree, because you're spearheading like an absolutely global, redefining blockchain, and let's try and get everyone involved and then educate them further later down the road once we've established a point of no return. Cardano CEO announces the imminent launch of the interim constitution, signaling a shift towards decentralized governance. Chang's hard fork represents Cardano's first major upgrade, establishing a community-driven governance system led by delegate representatives. I want to be a delegate representative. Do I have to run? Would you guys vote for me as a delegate representative if it were a true democracy like that? And I could put campaign posters up all over the interwebs. I'll change my cornucopias stuff out with campaign posters, and I'll do the the thumb thing, the stupid shit these politicians do to try not to trigger or offend old people. I don't know what they're doing. I believe this. They use their thumbs because they say it's rude to point. It's just like, just be, I would be the most realist politician out there. I think I would just come out, write a book about every fuck up I've ever made, everything that is me, and be like, take it or leave it. This is as real as it gets. If you're not ready for real, then vote for the other guy. They'll fool you all day, every day, and take all your shit. That's what I think about politicians. I think the majority of them are all corrupt, self-serving egomaniacs that are just trying to win at any cost. They don't really give a shit about us. Let's be real about it. But anyway, the interim constitution empowers ADA holders, fostering community ownership and participation while paving the way for the collaborative development of the final constitution. CEO Frederick Regard, a very important indicator, is announcing that the currency is what the fuck is going on here? Is ready for transformation era of decentralized governance. All right, cryptopolitan, let's get our editing in order. Frederick Regard, one of the most influential members in the Cardano community, has expressed his overwhelmingly positive attitude for the approaching rollout of the provisional constitution. He gave detailed explanation about this document and saw it as a keynote of the process of decentralizing governance for Cardano. And I want to make another point. Some people that you might not agree with Charles' political beliefs or whatever, but if you want to talk about somebody who is actually putting kind of their money where their mouth is to an extent, somebody that's constantly talking about freedom, democracy, and bringing up valid points as to why we're really suffering with that today in society, but then is developing a blockchain that could ultimately become truly autonomous in the sense that it will not have a leader whatsoever. It will be led by its example. It will be led by its progress, its accomplishments, its adoption, and then dictated by and voted for by the community. There's no other way. He could have created something more centralized that benefits him or a small group of people that shuts down all the time. But he didn't do that. You know what I mean? And he's fighting the long fight. Like, the Cardano fight is the long fight because people still don't understand the true superiority of Cardano yet. And I think it's going to still be a little bit of time, but more and more people are waking up to it and starting to understand. So, yeah. Cardano stands at the verge of a new era in decentralized governance. The Constitution is on the horizon, but first comes the interim constitution. Oops. This is a foundational framework for our ecosystem. Temporary constitution. Every ADA owner, as a developer or individual participating in ADA, collectively has interim rights, privileges, and duties. All members constitute a single society where every individual has to take part in penetrating voting rights to ensure that ownership stays with all and is fair. Besides the necessity of community governance for a decentralized system, it has the merit of progressing the community to the point that it may need to try to the structure before it is finalized. I totally agree. We got to test this stuff. In the end, a document that will be a joint product of the Cardano community will be created with the help of global workshops and the Constitutional Convention scheduled for the autumn of 2024, where holders of ADA tokens can influence the developed governance model. The forthcoming Cardano upgrade Chang Tough fork, what is this? Will be the first technical change of 2024. It symbolizes the creation of the first step of a government by the people structure. The change will be executed through a dedicated consensus mechanism, a fork-specific consensus method supported and approved by the... You know what's funny? It just dawned on me. Isn't Japan one of the most democratic countries? I think, is it or maybe I have this backwards, or it's like Japan a technocracy. I can't remember, but I know that it kind of dawned on me like why they launched Cardano in Japan initially, especially with these goals in play and what they're trying to accomplish here. So I'm pretty interested to find out. I can't remember. I knew there was a big thing. I think, or Switzerland was one of the leading democracies or the most democratic. And then I forget what the least was. Was it China? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to look at that. I read this book once about technocracy, and it was going into, how different countries vary in their governing bodies. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. Governance is not optional, asserts Charles Hoskinson as Cardano nears Voltaire phase. Charles Hoskinson, co-founder of Cardano, has emphasized the importance of governance in the blockchain industry, stressing that it cannot be overlooked. Speaking at a recent Web3 talk organized by Google, Hoskinson, who has been involved in the blockchain space for about 12 years, discussed various topics, including Bitcoin's halving, the future of Cardano, and the importance of governance. What's up, chat? One of the main topics of the discussion was the creation and development of Cardano. Hoskinson explained the decision to use an extended UTXO model, which Bitcoin's UTXO model inspired, probably because I think Cardano is ultimately just a much better version of Bitcoin, but broken down for global use case and adoption through smart contract, DeFi, apps, all of that. Notably, this model offers a secure and versatile environment for processing multiple operations without system failures. Isn't that a novel idea? Who wants a blockchain that doesn't have system failures? It also provides better scalability, privacy, and simplified transaction logic, making it perfect for supporting smart contracts. Hoskinson also discussed on-chain governance, Cardano's current major focus, underscoring its pivotal role in the platform's development trajectory. Governance is really not optional, right? It's something that has to be built. Hoskinson told Google's Marlon Ruiz, no matter who you are, when you create something that other people use, the first question people ask is, how do we upgrade, maintain, and change it to meet our needs, and who gets to decide when? He added. It's a good point. The crypto mogul emphasized that Cardano's on-chain governance system is designed to enable democratic consent through delegation, direct voting, or elected representatives. If there's an elected representative for anything, you're damn right I'm running. Let me know in the comments below this video. Would you vote for me? Would you vote for me to be a Cardano elected representative? Maybe that'll be my mission in life, is to be a Cardano elected official. According to him, these components ensure that the community's needs are met, decisions are made efficiently, and the rights of all stakeholders are protected. He further noted that this on-chain governance system will be activated in the coming months, allowing the Cardano community to participate in the decision-making process and influence the platform's future development. I am all about this. I absolutely love the Voltaire era. FTX empties FTT treasury wallet, transferring assets worth over $250 million. The financial regulators in Cyprus have extended the suspension of FTX's Europe's license till September, for those that care about that. U.S. lawmakers proposed ban on algorithmic stable coins, draws industry backlash. This is interesting. A recent legislative bill introduced by Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand has drawn the crypto industry's ire due to a proposed ban on algorithmic stablecoins. Former blockchain association member Jack Chervinsky called the Lummis-Gillibrand Payment Stablecoin Act deeply flawed on April 17th. He warned that the bill would only permit centralized and custodial stablecoins. Yes, like CBDCs. Duh. Chervinsky added the proposed ban violates principles outlined in his testimony to Congress in 2023. He said in his testimony that legislators should focus on regulating custodial stablecoins and avoid regulating algorithmic stablecoins until further study. Who knows? Okay, no. Yeah, I'm not even going to dive too deep into this. I doubt this passes, though, but I don't know. Bill bans unbacked stablecoins. One section, the bill and its backing members do not describe any incident to justify the proposed ban. However, the collapse of Terraform Labs algorithmic stablecoin Terra USD in May of 2022 has likely played a role in the lawmakers' decision to include the prohibition in the legislation. The collapse, which wiped $80 billion in value from the crypto market in May of 2022, has raised concerns about algorithmic approaches to valuation. Have we even seen an algorithmic stablecoin do well? Like, I know we have Jet on Cardano, but I don't think that's really done much of anything either, to be honest. So I'm not really sure. Senator Warren, of course, she's always got good fun news. This woman really is pretty nasty. Like, it's just like, wow. Senator Warren wants to extend anti-money laundering rules to crypto miners and validators. Warren argued that sanctioned countries like Iran make substantial revenue from validating blockchain transactions and mining Bitcoin. I mean, don't they mine oil too? Like, what? I don't understand this woman at all. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren said any new crypto regulation, including the newly proposed regulatory framework for the stablecoin market, must include the full suite of anti-money laundering authorities that the Treasury Department requested in November of 2023. An April 16th letter addressed to U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, Senator Warren articulated her stance and advocated for the extension of anti-money laundering, combating and financing of terrorism obligations to cover miners, validators, and DeFi intermediaries alongside stablecoin users. According to her, any regulatory frameworks for stablecoins would fold the sector deeper into the banking system and will supercharge trading in the crypto market, exploding the opportunities for terrorists and other bad actors to exploit those financing channels to both evade sanctions and receive a limitless stream of untraceable income. This woman, does she still not even, it's 2024, woman. Do you still not understand that that's total bullshit? I can't tell if people choose to be ignorant or they just ignored the facts because it just doesn't help what they're trying to accomplish. Crypto is so traceable, it's not even funny. You know what's untraceable? Freaking cash. How about that? Oh God, stuff like this just makes me sick. I bet she's a lefty, isn't she? I don't even know much about Senator Warren, but I have to assume she's on the left because they're all about control. I'm gonna look her up real quick and find out. I know she has to be. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. Does it say anywhere? Hold on, let's go to her Wikipedia. Leader Chuck Schumer. Oh, okay. I mean, there you go. Okay. I don't see it. Yeah, okay, yes. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Of course, from 1996 to present. You know what, man? I mean, these people and their just constant struggle to try and control every little thing with these bogus narratives. Like, I feel like they should have to be able to prove that crypto is untraceable. There are some cryptos out there that might be, but they're taking like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm preaching to the choir. This stuff just burns my ass. I hate all this false narrative bullshit. I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm sick of them just basically saying whatever they want to try and achieve whatever they want. And it's just like, there are right and wrong ways of going about a lot of this stuff. Am I saying that people aren't laundering money through crypto? Yeah. Nobody buys $1 million JPEG of a rock for just to collect it. Let's be real about it. But it's these kind of like bogus narratives that crypto's untraceable and all that. It's like every transaction on the blockchain is stuck on the blockchain forever. You could trace this shit back 150 years. And, that's the thing, too. It's kind of like, when people are pushing this stuff, there are going to be times, man, especially like, I always tell everybody, like, I know it sucks, but pay your damn crypto taxes because there's going to be a day where there's going to be a reckoning of anybody that's been trying to hide their profitability in crypto because blockchain is traceable, because they know. Okay. You're not clever. You're not hiding anything. So that's why I always say, like, it sucks, but pay Uncle Sam, or Uncle Sam's going to be coming for you. Now, this is an interesting page segment that I wanted to cover today. This is the metaverse computer Somnia. I like the name, honestly, because I've had insomnia forever. Now I take I take a melatonin and all of that fun stuff. But this is paid. They paid me like 7,000 ADA. Let me see, 7,040 ADA. I'm going to put that in chat because I'm going to put this in chat because I don't know. I can't post a thing on Twitter. It's not letting me change it. So Somnia, and I have to do this. I have to disclose. I don't want any bullshit. I don't want Senator Warren coming to me trying to say, you're doing bad stuff there, Mr. Crow. I don't like what you're doing. I think I want to start monitoring your cocoa wheats. Paid for there. Paid segment. All right. So there's a disclosure in the chat, and I know I put it in the disclosure in YouTube, but Twitter's a little different. I don't want there to be any windows of failure for disclosing that this is a paid segment. They pay me 7,000 ADA. All right. So anyway, Somnia is an L1 blockchain and set of omni-chain protocols that connect metaverses. This, folks, and I'm going to tell you this genuinely, I'm genuinely interested in this, not just because of a paid segment. You saw one I did the other day where I basically took a huge crap on a paid segment. You know how I roll. I call it honestly. This is actually pretty interesting to me. So we're going to dive into a little bit, and I'm probably going to go even above and beyond what the paid segment calls for, because if I'm into this, I want to continue sharing it, and I want us to kind of understand it a little bit together. It allows users to move seamlessly across experiences and builders to combine and remix content, creating a new unified virtual society. Somnia blockchain, protocol, metaverses, maps, metaverse browser. I also have an interest in this too, as it might relate or help Warram, the blockchain for the metaverse. Computing everything in the metaverse needs a blockchain that goes beyond finance to enable millions of people to transact and move the logic of all metaverse items on chain. We need a faster, cost-optimized chain for the metaverse. Highly scalable. Metaverse experiences have tens of thousands of users all buying and selling objects. We need a chain that can support hundreds of thousands of transactions per second. Predictable low fees. Gas fees are confusing and can cause sudden price spikes. The Somnia blockchain has understandable low costs and can be free. EVM based. This is the only thing that concerns me a little bit. The EVM ecosystem has a wide range of tools for creators to easily build economic primitives. The Somnia chain is fully EVM compatible to build on the current Web3 ecosystem. A lot of the issues that I see blockchains have it seems to be issues with EVM sidechains, and that's the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit. The Metaverse Protocol that empowers creators to define every element within the metaverse. This will enable users to move seamlessly between experiences and builders to create portable and remixable content by upgrading existing NFTs. This is a big deal for me. I can tell you that. This will be a big deal for Warram, because I want people, and I know I haven't even exposed all of the elements of Warram yet, but I want people to be able to upgrade their cards in different ways, whether it's cosmetic or otherwise. With Somnia Protocol, all identities, places, and objects within the network are defined in a shared data store under a set of common standards. This allows users to bring their avatars and assets, things across experiences, and ensures creators are not bound to a single metaverse platform. Remixing content. Let's take a look at the token is coming soon. Token details are coming soon. I know they just launched the beta on the 15th. So I'm curious to learn a little bit more about that. And then it looks like there's a link under here. Oh, okay, it's just text. All right. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Today, logic for the metaverse and games are locked into centralized services. These constraints keep content locked and prevent creators from building on each other's network or building on each other's work. Even Web3 games are just walled gardens with financial rails. That's very true. With the Somnia Protocol, users can truly own their content and creators are able to build on each other's content, creating new experiences faster than before. You know what? Especially, you know what I see when what I think of as soon as I read this? AI. How AI generated content is going to continue getting better and better and better and better to the point where we're all going to be masters of our own universes, kind of the same way we're kind of masters of our own social media algorithms right now. Pretty soon, we're going to be able to create the worlds that we live in virtual space. Incentivizing usage. Somnia rewards creators of content when their content is used by others, be that a small piece of logic, a digital object used in an experience, or a complex set of components that creates an experience. This is essential for incentivizing the sharing and remixing of content. This is going to be kind of cool. This is cool. Somnia opens up endless possibilities for builders to create content that is portable and remixable by upgrading existing NFTs and Web3 assets. I'm going to post this link in the chat so that you guys have that, so you guys can check this out on your own as well. And yeah, apps for the metaverse, start building a map. Somnia is creating a global data for compute layer for the metaverse. This enables developers to extend and build new applications for the metaverse. From an experience to a marketplace to an avatar builder, there's a whole new space of applications needed. Virtual ballpark, game for Ukraine, ecosystem, partners. Some of the stuff on here doesn't function really well with this parallax code. Be part of the metaverse world computer and standards shaping the metaverse. From building apps to exploring new worlds, Somnia is your gateway. Join the Discord. I just might. I'm actually kind of interested in this beyond just like it being a paid segment because this actually looks pretty cool. This stuff I want to know. I want it now. I want to know now. Community, blog, light paper. I'm probably going to check out that light paper soon. Why the metaverse needs its own blockchain. I mean, that's the thing. I get what they're saying in terms of like why the metaverse needs its own blockchain, because otherwise every other metaverse out there is going to be dependent upon or limited by the blockchain that it's being built on. But if you're going cross-chain like Cornucopias, that's one of the reasons they're going multi-chain. They always have. That's always been a part of it. You see these people out there trying to say they're leaving Cardano. No, they're not. That's stupid. Stop being stupid. I talk to the team literally about every day. But it's definitely interesting. I want to see more of the data related to their blockchain. Metaverse browser. This is pretty cool, man. I'm wondering what sort of interoperability this might have, because that's going to be a really big deal, obviously. We currently have two major protocols that the Somnia Protocol aim to address three key challenges: enabling the free movement of users and assets, facilitating unrestricted commerce, and accelerating the compatibility of experiences and objects. With this, we hope to increase the value of digital assets, increase their commercial viability, enable accelerated development and experimentation for metaverse applications. Collectively, these protocols establish the foundational layer for a collaborative and open metaverse ecosystem. SOM 0, enabling interoperability of assets and their commercialization, and then in SOM 1, enabling composable virtual assets and experiences. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, folks. Check this out. I mean, this could be a really big deal. I don't know exactly what. I feel like I want more details on the actual blockchain itself. Is this going to be more of a decentralized type thing? So maybe we'll get more of those details here in the near future, or I just haven't found them yet. But yeah, you might want to expect an update at some point in the future, paid or not. Where I might dive into this a little bit and see what's going on. So that's Somnia Network. Check that out. and let me know what you guys think of that. I'm curious what your thoughts are. I'm going to look more into I'm going to figure out, how do I run for some sort of Cardano government representative? That's what I want to be. I want to be a Cardano representative. I'm pretty sure I've established that I'm a pretty damn good voice for the people, unless I think otherwise. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. But anyway, listen, it is Monday. I can't believe it's Monday. It's Monday, April 22nd. I've got work to do. I've been helping my wife with her play. And we're trying to get promotion for that, trying to figure out like what all we need to do to get the word out for the play. It's coming up May 31st. I know a couple of you folks have bought tickets to the event. I'm actually looking forward to meeting you guys. It is in Tampa, May 31st. It's going to be a big, big deal, man. I'm telling you, I know I'm going to be bawling like a baby watching this play. I can tell you that much. My wife and I were talking about it. And just to get some like content to educate people about the play from her mouth. And I kind of lost it. She's just talking. Here's the thing. This is what a lot of people don't realize, and it's kind of unspoken. Horatio is me, okay? But not. All right. There are some things that happen with Horatio that's not me. But his character was ultimately inspired by me, who is basically, remember, I was absent in 7 years. I was alone and for a long time. In my prime, man. I mean, like my early 20s, I was abstinent from like 21 to like 28, 29, something like that. And I just, it's been a rough go. And, searching for love in all the wrong places and all of that stuff. And then I find my wife, who it was just like, man, that's it for me. Like this is everything I've ever been wanting. And she's like my reward for everything I've suffered through before her. And so, yeah, this play is going to be a big deal, folks. It's going to be a big deal, and it's definitely going to be extremely powerful. So I'm looking forward to it. And snacks, Cardano snack. How's that? Does that help you out there, Sasha? Horatio, is there a Shakespearean allusion there? I don't know. My wife is a damn good writer, man. I mean, people don't even know what she's written. She writes under a pen name. And people still don't know who she is and who her stories really are for the most part. But, she's really, really good. And I'm telling you, this play is going to get you. I want to get the biggest, most tatted, like just bodybuilding biker gang guy and throw him in this play. And this is a play that's got drag. This is a play that's got vocalists, an aerialist, a pole dancer, paso doble dancer, salsa, acrobatics, and then this crazy story. And I will be willing to bet that badass tatted up biker will be crying by the end. And my biggest fear is I don't know how to promote this damn thing, and I don't know how to get people to it. We're gonna have billboards, and like I tried doing a press release to like press media. I don't think they give a shit. It's like it's a first run of a play from people they've never heard of, know nothing about. And, and it's just like, it's going to be heartbreaking at this. I mean, it's like 735 seat venue. It's a beautiful theater. But like, I'm like a little concerned. You know what I mean? I mean, these billboards are going to be like, I don't know. I think it's like 1 million impressions of people driving down the highway. And for like 2 weeks, and I'm down for other stuff. It's just like getting a hold of people is not the easiest, and it's like I want to get her on like some radio talk shows to talk about, do interviews and things. So I'm working on all this stuff to try and help her. She's literally at the first dress rehearsal at the theater right now, and I'm telling you folks, if I can, because we've licensed music for this play, and that's not really cheap, and I don't think the licenses allow us to record the play with the music and then play it like on YouTube or other mediums. I don't think we can do that because that would probably be astronomically beyond, whatever. So anyway, yeah, I've got more work to do. I mean, I've been grinding this thing out for a while. And I don't know. I just want everybody to see it. That's all I care about. It's like, for me, it's not even like a profit thing, because I'm not going to make money on this play. I know that already. Even if it sells out, I'm probably not going to make any money on the play, but I do want it to be sold out because I want everybody to see it. And because I really do think that once this has gone through and everybody has seen it, I think that's when the real buzz is going to start. And I think that's when people are going to start talking about what was missed, what they missed. And then there'll likely be demand, and maybe we get calls. I don't know how that stuff works. If they're like, you know what, everybody wants to see this again, and you need a bigger venue, and I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, listen, folks, thanks for joining me. Crow your coins. I'll see you again soon. Hopefully, there's some good, fun stuff to talk about tomorrow. And until next time, crow your coins. I said that already, didn't I? See ya.